In Germany, electric vehicle sales, they blew through the roof in June. They increased by nearly 65% versus the same month last year. But there's a very interesting story going on here. EV sales are skyrocketing, but plug-in hybrid sales, what is going on with them? Here's what's happened in Germany last month, and here's how Tesla is going against its internal combustion engine rivals. When I say its internal combustion engine rivals, I know they make EVs, yeah, but only a small percentage. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get straight to it. EVs represented 19% market share. That's an increase of 64.5% versus the same month last year. But plug-in hybrids, they're letting the team down. I mean, a lot of people consider EVs and plug-in hybrids to be in the same category. I do not, because why? Well, I don't, because neither does the German government. It's true. German government says most people are not driving in these cars as EVs. They should be, but they're not plugging them in. There's a reason for that, by the way. So what the German government did is they cancelled plug-in hybrid subsidies. When they cancelled plug-in hybrid subsidies, it was obvious what was going to happen. Sales of plug-in hybrids dropped like a rock. It was very quick, and that's why I think it was obvious to predict. I predicted it. I'm sure many of you predicted that plug-in hybrid sales would fall drastically, and they have, not just in Germany, but all across Europe. On the other hand, EV sales continue to rise. So why did, say, the German government decide that plug-in hybrids weren't being driven as EVs? Well, because they did research and realized that they weren't. One of the reasons for that is they're often bought for fleets. So fleet owners, basically, they would give these owners of the cars, the businesses would give you as, say, an employee of the company, they'd give you the car as your work car, right? And they'd give you then a fuel card, but they wouldn't give you an electricity card. So there was no way for you to actually plug your car in other than by you paying for it yourself or plugging it at home, which would be the most logical thing to do if you bought the car for yourself. I mean, it'd be way cheaper if you bought a plug-in hybrid yourself for personal use to plug it in rather than go and fill it up with gasoline or petrol. But they weren't, because employees have a petrol card or a gasoline card, but not a way to actually get the money back from charging it themselves. Pretty stupid, but that's what a lot of people were doing all across Europe, in fact, not just in Germany. What does that mean? So far this year, more than 300,000 plug-in electric cars have been sold, but EVs represent the vast majority of those. EV sales are up 32% for the year in Germany. They have 16% market share. So you can see market share for EVs is rising. Plug-in hybrids, well, 79,000 were sold. Well, their percentage has drastically dropped. They only have 5.7% market share now, or 43% drop versus the first 6 months of last year. Big difference, right? An increase of 32% versus a decrease of 43%. So getting back to that number in May, the official numbers for May were 53,000 electric vehicles delivered in Germany for 19% market share. So who was actually selling those EVs, the top brands? The top brand in Germany, surprisingly, was actually Volkswagen. They delivered 8,831 electric cars for the month. Tesla was just behind with 8,044 deliveries. Mercedes-Benz had a pretty good result in third place with 3,530. Behind them was BMW, 2,872, followed by Hyundai with 2,613 deliveries, then Audi with 2,579. So far this year, the race between Tesla and Volkswagen for EV sales in Germany is actually very, very close, closer than in other years. Volkswagen have delivered 34,414 EVs. Tesla, they've delivered 36,384. So Tesla is just in front of Volkswagen. In third place is Mercedes-Benz with 17,000 deliveries. BMW, they're, actually losing the battle between the big three premium car manufacturers. They're behind Audi. Audi had 14,415 deliveries, followed by BMW's 12,845. Hyundai is next with 12,000 fully electric car deliveries. What's the best selling electric car in Germany? So far this year, Tesla have delivered 27,625 Model Ys to customers. The second best selling car is the ID4/ID5 with 18,377 deliveries. That's followed up by the Volkswagen ID3 with 11,875 deliveries. Then next you've got the Fiat 500, Audi Q4 e-tron, the Skoda Enyaq with 7,770, and the Tesla Model 3 is next with 7,287 deliveries. Maybe there's a lot of Germans waiting for the new version of the Tesla Model 3. A lot of people are. Makes sense. So what are your thoughts on this, guys? How do you think EV sales are going to go for the rest of the year in Germany? Because you can see here that their percentage of sales in the month of June for EVs was quite a bit higher than what it was for the rest of the year. It's bringing that number up towards 20%. I think by the end of this year, we're going to see 25%. I know that sounds crazy, but I think it's actually realistic. 25% of the German car market will be electric by the end of this year. Next year, we'll be looking at closer to 40%. It's actually going to happen pretty fast. I see EVs being the dominant player, as in having more than a 50% market share at some point next year in 2024, probably by the end of the year. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.